Hi, I'm Veronica Wasek with 5-Minute Bookkeeping, and I help Shopify sellers to set up, organize, and streamline their financial systems, whether you're looking for DIY, done with you, or done for you financials. Are you a new Shopify seller? In this video, I'll give you my top tips for setting up your Shopify bookkeeping the right way. So you're a new Shopify seller, and I bet that thinking about doing your books and tracking all your financials probably makes you want to run away and hide, and I totally get it. Shopify bookkeeping is not easy even for professional bookkeepers, and I'm sure that this is really overwhelming. So in this video, I'm just going to go over some tips that you need to know when setting up all of your financials. So let's go ahead and get started. First tip, you need to use QuickBooks Online. That is the software that I recommend for tracking your financials. When choosing the version of QuickBooks Online that you want to use, you can use the Simple Start version or the Essentials version. Don't overspend on the Plus or Advanced versions. You don't need that. So start simple. If you need to upgrade, no problem. You can upgrade later. Look in the description below for a link to get a discount on your QuickBooks subscription. Next is your chart of accounts. The chart of accounts is really the foundation of doing your books, and it really dictates how you will be categorizing all of your transactions. So you need to make sure that your chart of accounts is set up correctly. Look also in the description for a link to download my free Shopify bookkeeping blueprint, and I will show you the accounts that you need to set up that are specific to Shopify. Also look for the videos that I did on setting up your Shopify chart of accounts. I will link those in the iCards. And keep in mind also that when you're setting up your books, you have to be able to reconcile the income that you will be recording to the deposits that you will be receiving from all of your payment processors. And so you have to make sure that you set up your clearing accounts. Again, I included that in the Shopify bookkeeping blueprint, so make sure that you download that. Number 2, integrations and automations. Now, I hate to burst your bubble. I do this a lot with many of the people that I talk to. While there is a lot of integration, there is a lot of automation that we can do when it comes to tracking your financials. There is no such thing as automagical bookkeeping. So you can set all this up. Yes, it will save you time. Yes, it will eliminate a lot of manual data entry, but it will not eliminate the need to do the books. You still have to do your books. Either you have to do them or you need to hire someone to help you to do your books. Number 3, beware of the data dump. Many Shopify sellers just go into the Shopify App Store and find an app to sync QuickBooks with Shopify. And unfortunately, some of these apps just bring in a whole bunch of individual transactions. So just imagine if you had, say 100 sales in one day, you're going to add 100 transactions into QuickBooks with no way to reconcile those transactions with the monies that you're receiving from Shopify, from PayPal, and from other payment processors. So I call this the data dump, when these apps are just sending over transactions to QuickBooks, but there is no way to reconcile any of it, and we're also cluttering up the books. So be careful with that. The app that I recommend for integrating Shopify and QuickBooks is A2X. Look in the description below for the link to get a discount on A2X. Number 4, inventory and cost of goods. Now, I know you might want to run away. Stay with me. So inventory and cost of goods. This is a fairly complex topic. Okay, so tracking inventory the correct way, getting a good cost of goods number can be very challenging. And so what I need you to know as a new seller is that we need to start simple. Okay, you have to start simple. You have to start somewhere, and we can't get too fancy adding a whole bunch of apps, because Any app that you add requires extra time to maintain everything that you need to do in that app, and especially when it comes to managing your inventory. So you need to start out simple. For my new sellers, I typically recommend that you just start tracking your inventory using a spreadsheet and then move toward using an inventory management app later on. I will link a video for you to watch in which I discuss the methods for tracking and managing your inventory. Number 5, sales taxes. You need to register in states where you have a physical presence, like your home state. You also need to understand the basics of sales taxes, and there's no need to panic. Most new sellers don't have to worry about collecting sales taxes in multiple states until they have economic nexus. So how do you know if you have economic nexus in a state? Well, every state is different. For many states, you have to meet their specific thresholds. For example, it may be 100 transactions or $100,000 in sales. So basically, again, no need to panic. Just understand that you should be registering for and collecting sales taxes in a state where you have physical presence, more likely your home state, and then keep an eye on your other states where you're selling to see if you're meeting the threshold. For more information, watch the video that I did in which I explain sales taxes in more detail. I've linked that in the iCard for you. Number 6, learn everything that you can about tracking your Shopify financials. The best way you can do that is to subscribe to my channel and look for my playlist, in which I have a whole bunch of videos talking about e-commerce bookkeeping, including Shopify bookkeeping. And number 7, consider working with a professional to help you get your books set up. This is something that I do with new Shopify sellers. I can set up your books, so make sure that your QuickBooks Online is set up correctly, that the chart of accounts is set up for you, that the integration between Shopify and QuickBooks it's also set up correctly so that you can have a solid foundation to get started. And I will also do one-on-one coaching with you to help you to understand the basics of what you need to do to maintain your books. If you then think that you would like to have a professional then do your bookkeeping for you, that's something that I can help you with as well. So to learn more about my services, just go to the description below and look for the link to request information about my services. I'm Veronica Wasek with 5-Minute Bookkeeping. If this content is helping you, then subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, and give me a thumbs up. And check the description below for all of my resources, including my free Shopify bookkeeping blueprint and the link to join my Facebook community. And let me know in the comments if there are any other topics you'd like me to do in the future. I'm here to help you. I'll see you next time.